let me add a caveat here. My friends, I know what's going on. I know what's going on. We're in the aspects here of an historic presidency. I know that. But let me be honest again. I got over the historical aspects of this in November. President Obama is our president. President Obama stands for certain things. I don't care. He could be a Martian. He could be from Michigan. I don't know. Doesn't matter to me what his race is. It doesn't matter. He's liberal is what matters to me. And his articulated plans scare me. Now, I understand, okay, we can't say we want the president to fail. Mr. Limbaugh, that's like saying, this is the voice of the new castrati, by the way, guys that have lost their guts. You can't say, Mr. Limbaugh, that you want the president to fail, because that's like saying you want the country to fail. No, it's the opposite. I want the country to survive. I want the country to succeed. Another caveat. I want the country to survive as we have known it, as you and I were raised in it, is what I mean. Now, I have been called, and I can take it. Look, pioneers take the arrows. I don't mind what anybody says about me. Anytime, ever. I don't have time for it. I don't give other people the power to offend me, and you shouldn't either. By the wasted time being offended. I mean, there's some people you can't say that you want the president to fail. Ladies and gentlemen of the United States, the Democrat Party has actively not just sought the failure of Republican presidents and policies, and now wars for the first time. The Democrat Party doesn't stop at failure. Talk to Judge Robert Bork, talk to Justice Clarence Thomas about how they try to destroy lives, reputations, and character. And I'm supposed to say I don't want the president to fail? We are in for a real battle. We are talking about the United States of America, and there will always be an America, don't misunderstand, but we're talking about it remaining the country we were all born into and reared and grown into. And it's under assault. It's always under assault, but it's never been under assault like this from within before. And it's a serious, serious battle. So as you leave here, as you leave here, optimism, confidence, not guilt. It's not worth it. There's nothing to be guilty about. Don't treat people as children. Respect their intelligence. Realize that there's a way to persuade people. Sometimes the worst way is get in their face and point a finger. Set up a set of circumstances where the conclusion's obvious. Let them think they came up with the idea themselves. Then they'll think they're smart, that they figured it out themselves. Who cares how you persuade them? The fact that they can be persuaded is factually correct. It's possible. But the main thing to do here, stop thinking that we are a minority. Stop thinking that it is being in the minority that liberates you. It is your beliefs, it is your core principles, it is your confidence that liberates you. It is not being in the minority. In fact, for those of you watching my first national address, you're still hanging in there. We really not that happy about being a minority, and we're out to change it. Now, so I've gone over my allotted time by an hour. I want to thank all of you so much for everything that you have meant to me and my family in my life. Now wait, see, no, well, I understand it's mutual, and I hear people. You have made my heart grow so much that it barely fits in my chest cavity here tonight. But the things that by virtue of your listening to my radio show and being active in this movement that we all cherish and love, you have meant more to me, my family, and my life than whatever it is I might mean to you, even though I know that's considerable. You still can't outdo the absolute joy and awe and thanks I feel for all of you. I've been doing this for 20 years, and the numbers just keep growing, and I can't tell you how appreciative I am and proud to be in a movement with the same passions, desires, and core beliefs that all of you have, because we know that it's right for the country, and we know it's right for people. It's not something that has to be forced on them. It's not something that has to be authoritatively pressed on them. We are what is. And that's why we are an enemy, because we're effective. The people that do want control look at us as the enemy, and we're always going to be. Don't ever measure your success by how many drive-by media reports you see that are fair to us. Never going to happen. Don't measure your success by how many people like you. Just worry about how they vote. Amen. And then at the end of the day, how they live, but that's really none of your business once they close the doors. Thank you all very much. It's been great. That's what it's all about.
Rush Limbaugh, the highly popular conservative radio talk show host, delivering what can be described, I think, as a stem winder of a speech that was supposed to last 20 minutes, and it went on like the ever-ready bunny and lasted roughly an hour and a half. He's about to deliver, or receive, I should say, an award from CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Committee, at their annual convention here in Washington, D.C. Let's listen into that for just a moment to see if that happens.
Constitution Award, which consists of a document signed by one of the founding fathers. It can go to people who have stood up as defenders of the Constitution in public life, but I would think that as we stand here today, and for those who are watching it on television, there are 3 ballrooms, other than this, that are filled, watching this on giant screens. That as we stand here today, the reason that Brad O'Leary is going to present this award today and who he's going to present it to has been accurately and articulately demonstrated during the course of the last several minutes.
Several minutes. Is he coming to the podium? He's right here. Yeah, he's right here. It'll take a second. Hello, Bradley, my man. How are you, sir?
Good to see you. Now, as David said, we give the Defender of the Constitution Award the last 10 years, and it's usually something you only see in a museum or in a library. This is a document signed by a very interesting founding father. It represents someone who has stood up for the First Amendment for a good many years now. This is a document signed by Benjamin Franklin. I believe that when Ronald Reagan lifted the fairness doctrine and Rush Limbaugh took to the mic, somewhere, someplace in heaven, Benjamin Franklin or his spirit has stayed with him all these years.